So, here we are. They just released a new trailer for Metroid Prime 4. Dude, I haven't been the biggest Metroid fan in my whole life, but nowadays I consider myself to be a pretty hardcore fan. Before I was just like a fan of Samus, but just the character, not the games. Now I just love Metroid. I'm obsessed with this franchise. I love it. It's right up there with like Mario and Zelda in my tier list of like favorite things ever. I just love it. I love this. Let's overanalyze this trailer in obsessive detail because I need this game right now. The trailer starts with Shrek's swamp. I saw someone in the comments just saying that this looks like Shrek's swamp, just the shape, and that's actually true. But look at how amazing this is. What? I mean, the second shot here seems to be like a spaceship, but it's consumed by nature. And like, look how beautiful this trailer looks. This looks amazing. This is probably gonna be the best looking Switch game ever. This actually makes me wonder how they did this on a Switch because it's so good. This little bridge section here is my jam. This is so cool. From what we see in the trailers, I think there's gonna be like a big portion, like explorable things to see, and I think that big castle there is gonna be like a final thing. Maybe not a final thing, but I believe we're gonna start in like the forest and then go through the bridge, and then we're gonna enter the castle and be lost in there for a while because this is a Metroid Prime game. But this bridge looks so cool. I love big bridges. This is beautiful. This gives me like Halo vibes, like maybe Halo or Mass Effect, which those are pretty similar to modern Metroid, especially Metroid Prime, but Metroid is better. I love the title too, Beyond. It's simple. I like a simple title that just encapsulates a bunch of things. So yeah, we see Samus and she's spawning, literally like spawning from like an energy ball. She's different now. She has purple, and she actually has a third eye because I guess that's her psychic powers are kicking in and she got a third eye, at least in her armor. But it would be very wild to see that she takes her helmet off and she just has a third eye on her face. But yeah, gameplay, this is actually a lot of gameplay and this looks so cool. Look at this. The purple, I like that it's different and unique to this game, but I still like Samus's default outfit better. But yeah, this little section here, I think this was the little bit that they showed in the first trailer for the game. And if you look at there in the distance, you can see the castle and the bridge all over there in the distance. I think what I said earlier was true. We're gonna start in this little jungle and then go slowly make our way to the big castle to do things, I guess. We see this statue here, which I think is supposed to be a statue representing those aliens that we see later in the trailer. I think it's a new race, right? At least I know I said that I'm a huge Metroid fan, but I haven't played all the games, unfortunately. But I'm not sure we have seen these guys ever, but I don't think we have. And this is a statue of them. And yeah, scanning. People like scanning in Metroid Prime for some reason. It's a big thing. Ancient armor sculptures come from a single stone with natural dimensions and statue. So this statue has like a psychic thing, like a psychic ball there in the forehead. Psychic moat. I don't know what that is, but I think maybe it's like a power-up, or it's gonna fill Samus powers, or maybe it's like a puzzle thing, you're gonna use it in puzzles. Given what we see later, I think we might use this in puzzles or something like that. More scanning now in a cave. This time she's scanning like a nest. There's a nest, there's a beetle nest, and she just destroys it. I mean, she has to, progress. I get it, but still. And we see like this cutscene. We start like an actual cutscene. I like cutscenes, especially in Metroid games, because they're getting more and more cinematic as the years goes on. In Metroid Dread, the cutscenes were some of the best parts. And even the aspect ratio changes for the cutscenes. It gets a lot more cinematic. This looks awesome. And these aliens are such a cool design. I think Metroid always has like pretty cool alien designs. I think it's no different here. This looks awesome. But they're kind of similar to the other aliens. If you look at their heads, they have like 4 tentacles. And the other aliens have 4 tentacles in their heads too. So maybe they're related somehow. I'm not sure. So yeah, it's classic Metroid gameplay. Point and click and shoot, and I love it. I like the new aliens being shown here. I don't know what this is. This is gross, but it's cool. It's like a whip guy. And then there's these bugs that just have long legs. It's kind of funny, kind of weird, but I like it. Then there's this shot of Samus in the bridge. It's actually in the bridge that we saw later that I said was cool. What's happening here is basically what I kind of expected to happen in this section. I very much thought that this would be like, in order to get to the castle, we would have to go to the bridge, but the bridge would be filled with enemies, The missiles are back. If you can see here, she's shooting missiles. So yeah, we then get to the part where she actually gets the psychic powers, and this shot goes so hard. She just looks so good. This game game looks so good. Psychic abilities is definitely not something that I expected from Samus, to have psychic abilities, but I'll really just take anything to make Samus more OP, because I like how cool she is. And we can see here this little ball of psychic thing. I think it's definitely like a puzzle thing. This is the same one that we saw earlier in the statue. And then there's this thing. She controls her shots with her psychic abilities. That would be so cool. Imagine doing that to like 10 enemies, just freezing time and doing that to an army of monsters. That would be so cool. You see those three little things in the sides there? I don't know what those are, but I believe maybe those are for the shot, for the special ability where she uses the thing. It even decharges once she shoots it, you know, so maybe she charges it and then you lose one of those three things, you know, so then you get a charge again later. And you can open doors. You can use the psychic abilities to open doors. People thought that was a pretty funny line.
Shadi Haru Theros Nantanaga Shakaran.
Whoa. Okay, dude. This is so cool. When the aspect ratio changed and this alien guy started speaking, when he started speaking, the vibe completely changed. Like, wow, what's happening? This is awesome. And look at this. This place is so cool. It kind of reminds me of the elf like planet, the elf realm from God of War, first God of War, not the first, the first from the new era, the God of War 4. And it's so beautiful. Look at the leaves. Look at this. We see Samus again using psychic abilities to do puzzles. Probably a lot of the puzzles are gonna be just her shifting balls from places, which is kind of similar to something like Outer Wilds, which it's a similar vibe. We see something materializing in front of Samus. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like maybe there will be like an overarching like mission thing where you have to make these things come back to life or something like that, you know? And we see a Metal Gear for some reason. This is the second time this month that I've seen a Metal Gear somewhere that a Metal Gear shouldn't be. The first time was in Death Stranding 2. I don't know what this Metal Gear is doing here, but some people like to think that Samus and Snake are friends in Smash Bros, so maybe that's it. And we actually see some Metroids. For me, it's really weird how we never really see Metroids in the Metroid franchise, at least most recent games, you know. Metroid Dread had no Metroids. It only had one Metroid, which was, I guess, Samus. But other than that, Metroids have been, I mean, they are canonically extinct in the games, in the universe. But I don't know when this game takes place in the timeline, and I don't know if Metroids are as extinct, because some people have pointed out that these Metroids look weird, and maybe they're not like natural Metroids, they're like made artificial Metroids, which is weird. I know why we would do that, but okay. They look very cool though. Look at this. They're pretty scary. Some boss, this guy kind of looks like a big bug guy or something like that. Big flower monster. We do love a flower monster with a very obvious weak spot in Metroid games. And then yeah, Samus just takes some more psychic abilities. I really hope she'll just get super OP by the end of the game. Will she keep the psychic abilities? I think she won't, because we don't see her use those in later games, because I think Metroid Prime, the franchise itself, takes place like in the middle of the mainline games timeline or something. So yeah, it's coming 2025. They haven't told us the release date yet, which is very weird. I'm really hoping this game will be a cross-platform, cross-gen thing with the Switch 2. It would be so good for the franchise to have this as a Switch 2 game as well, to have this basically be the Breath of the Wild for the Switch 2, because Metroid is so good. It's one of the best franchises in Nintendo, and it has so much potential that I sometimes think it's not achieved. If the franchise got even more popular, we would get many more games, I think. Games that would just go beyond what we expect of a Metroid or a Metroid Prime game. I personally would love like an open world, like maybe third-person Metroid. We only had like a 3D like third-person game in Metroid Other M, and we all know how that went. Right, Metroid fans? Yeah, that game's not canon for me, but I would love something similar. I would love like a Resident Evil type game for Metroid, like a third-person, maybe horror game. It doesn't have to be super horror, but maybe scary bits, like you have a flashlight and an abandoned dark facility. Wouldn't that be awesome? Do more with Metroid. Nintendo, give me a Metroid section in the Super Nintendo world, please. After you give me the Zelda section, because why is it called Super Nintendo World and there's just Mario and Donkey Kong sections? Where's the Zelda section? Zelda is not as popular as Mario, but it's still one of the most popular franchises in the the universe. So come on, get onto that. But yeah, the trailer actually has a little bit of thing left. As the title appears, we see more cool, like, cryptid phrases that the alien guy says. Those really set the mood for me. I really like that. I think it's super, like, mysterious and gives this game a unique vibe that makes it stand out against the others. This is so cool. But yeah, the big reveal at the end is that Samus has got herself a new suit. Like, she's like in a teleporter, maybe? I don't know, maybe. Actually, I think, if I had to guess, this is the place, this is the first time she's wearing the suit. You can even tell by the fact that she's looking at it, like, weirdly. So I think this place is the place that you actually get the suit. I guess when I play the game, I'll keep an eye out for that. I'll be like, oh, this is the place I'm gonna get the new suits. Yeah, this suit is so cool. Just plain blood red with black. That's awesome. Red has always been like a color that is not super prevalent in Samus. Sure, her helmet is red and a little bit of her torso is red, but I think her most prominent color has always been orange, at least for me. I mean, at least for, you know, her most iconic design. So having a suit that is just red and black, like a Power Ranger but cooler, dude, this is awesome. I'm so ready for this game. Please give me the game. Please give me Metroid Prime right now, or I'm gonna cry. Yeah, let me know if you're excited for this game too, because I sure am. And please subscribe.